There are places on Earth that shouldn't exist. Places where compasses stop working. Places where people disappear. Places where strange sounds echo from nowhere. And locations so mysterious that even scientists still struggle to explain them. Because despite satellites, modern technology, and decades of research, some places remain locked behind mystery. And the deeper investigators looked, the stranger things became. Tonight, we're exploring 5 places on Earth that humans still can't explain. Welcome to Unknown Depths, where we uncover dark mysteries, unexplained discoveries, and hidden truths buried beneath reality. And tonight, we're traveling to places that continue to challenge logic itself. Because sometimes, the greatest mysteries on Earth aren't hidden in oceans. They're hiding in plain sight. Let's get started. But before that, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. This gives us motivation to keep making videos. Now, let's begin.
Number 1. The Door to Hell. Deep in the desert of Turkmenistan, there is a place that looks like something from another world. A giant crater filled with endless fire. Day and night, it burns. Without stopping, without rest. Locals call it the Door to Hell. Officially, scientists believe the crater formed decades ago after a drilling accident. The ground collapsed, releasing natural gas. To prevent dangerous spreading, researchers reportedly set it on fire, believing the flames would disappear after a few days. But they didn't. Days became weeks. Weeks became years. Years became decades. And today, the fire still burns. People standing near the crater describe something strange. Not just heat, a feeling, an unsettling sensation, like standing near something alive. Tourists have reported hearing unusual sounds near the crater at night. Whispers, low vibrations, strange echoes across the desert. Many dismiss them as wind. Others disagree, because according to local stories, people avoided this place long before the crater existed. Some believe the land itself was cursed. Others believed something beneath the earth was trying to escape. And even today, one question remains. How does a fire continue burning for so long?
Number 2. The Hidden Island. In the middle of the Pacific Ocean lies one of the most isolated places on Earth. An island surrounded by mystery. Almost untouched. Almost forgotten. Very few people are allowed near it, and those who have approached tell strange stories. No modern cities, no technology, no contact with the outside world. The people living there reject civilization entirely. Attempts to visit have ended badly. Researchers studying the island from a distance noticed something unusual. Objects and boats sometimes disappear from tracking systems near the surrounding waters. Communication signals occasionally fail. And despite satellite technology, parts of the area remain surprisingly difficult to study. Some believe it's simple geography. Others think something else may be happening. Because mystery often grows strongest where humans know the least. At this point, things already feel impossible. But what comes next may be even stranger. Because one location on Earth appears to bend reality itself. Number 3. The forest where people vanish. Forests are supposed to feel peaceful, quiet, natural, safe. But there is one forest where people have entered and never returned. At first, the disappearances seemed random. A hiker goes missing. A traveler vanishes. A group enters. And one person never comes back. Search teams investigated. Drones flew overhead. Tracking dogs searched the area. Entire sections of the forest were scanned. But again and again, the same thing happened. No clues, no evidence, no answers. And then, witnesses began reporting strange experiences. Some claimed they heard voices deep between the trees. Not loud, not clear, just whispers. Others said they felt like someone was following them, watching them, even when no one was there. One hiker later described a terrifying feeling. It felt like the forest wanted me to leave. And then something stranger happened. Compasses began failing. GPS signals became unreliable. People walking in straight lines reported ending up back where they started, as if the forest itself was changing around them. Scientists blamed magnetic interference, natural geography, human confusion, but many visitors disagreed. Because according to locals, the forest had strange stories long before modern technology existed. Stories about shadows, stories about missing people, stories about places you should never enter. And maybe the most disturbing part is this. Even today, people still disappear there. Number 4. The place where compasses stop working. Somewhere on Earth, there is a location where reality seems to malfunction. Pilots noticed it first, then sailors, then explorers. Compasses would suddenly spin. Navigation systems would fail. Signals disappeared. At first, people assumed equipment malfunction, simple mistakes. But then reports increased. Different people, different devices, same problem. Some aircraft crossing the area reported strange instrument readings, clocks behaving oddly, unexpected route changes. Even experienced travelers became confused. Researchers eventually investigated, and yes, they discovered unusual magnetic activity nearby, but not enough to explain everything, because witnesses also reported something else. Time. Some people claimed watches showed missing minutes. Others described journeys that felt shorter or longer than they should have been. Almost like reality itself was behaving differently. Scientists remain skeptical. Most believe there are logical explanations. But even today, stories continue, and no one fully agrees on what causes them. At this point, we've seen places that burn endlessly, forests where people vanish, locations where navigation breaks. But the final mystery may be the strangest of all. Because some people believe there is one place on Earth
that should not exist at all.
Number 5. The place that shouldn't exist. There are strange places on Earth, and then there are places that seem impossible. For decades, travelers have shared stories about a remote location, hidden far from cities. A place rarely spoken about. A place surrounded by rumors. People who claimed they visited it described the same disturbing details. Silence. Not normal silence. A silence so deep it felt unnatural. No birds. No insects. No sound. Just emptiness. Some said they felt dizzy. Others described sudden headaches. And a few reported something even stranger. A feeling that they were being watched. Not by people. Not by animals. By something else. As more stories appeared, investigators became interested. Expeditions were organized. Researchers entered the area carrying cameras, navigation equipment, and communication systems. At first, everything seemed normal. But slowly, things changed. Signals weakened. Equipment malfunctioned. Battery levels dropped unexpectedly. And then, the cameras began experiencing interference. Strange static. Brief distortions. Moments where footage appeared corrupted. Most researchers dismissed it as environmental conditions. But one detail kept appearing in reports. People described feeling wrong, as if something about the place didn't feel natural. One investigator later said, "I can't explain it, but every instinct told me to leave." No official mystery was ever confirmed. No evidence of anything supernatural was found. But the stories never stopped. Because sometimes, places don't need monsters to be terrifying. Sometimes, a feeling is enough. Why mysteries terrify us. The strange thing about mysteries is that humans hate unanswered questions. We want explanations. We want logic. We want reasons. Because uncertainty makes us uncomfortable. And places like these challenge that. Not because they prove something impossible exists, but because they remind us how little we truly understand. Even with satellites, even with science, even with modern technology, there are still places on Earth that remain unexplained. And maybe that's what makes them so fascinating. Logic versus the unknown. Of course, many mysteries eventually find explanations. Strange sounds become weather events. Disappearances become accidents. Stories become myths. Science continues searching for answers every day. But not every mystery disappears. Some remain unsolved. Some become stranger over time. And some questions continue waiting in the dark. The world feels smaller than ever. Maps cover almost every corner of Earth. Satellites see nearly everything. And yet, mysteries still exist. Hidden places, unexplained stories, forgotten secrets. Because no matter how much humans discover, there will always be parts of reality we don't fully understand. And maybe some mysteries were never meant to be solved. If you enjoy dark mysteries, unexplained places, and hidden truths,
subscribe to Unknown Depths, because the next mystery may be closer than you think. Thanks for watching.